Hey, Jace, I'm looking over your fractions sheet, and I'm not sure if you were looking at the fraction strips on the right-hand side. If you look at the top one, so that represents one whole. And then right underneath, there are two separate halves. So here's one half, here's the second half. So we have two halves. And then if we follow down to thirds, you'll see there's three equal parts and so forth. So let's look at some of the answers that you have written down and see if they make sense. So I have 1/4 over here, and you wrote down 1/6. So watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to look for 1/4. And here, this line is where 1/4 ends. And if I draw down to where 1/6 is, this does not go down to 1/6. I understand that you're looking at 1/6, but this is not 1/6 of a part. 1/6 is this little box over here. All right. We also know from last week's lesson and the week prior that if numerators are the same and denominators are different, they're not equal, right? We know that the larger the denominator, the smaller the fraction. So then they can't be equivalent. Let's move over to 3/6 and 4/8. So I look for 3/6 on my fraction strip, right? I go 1, 2, 3. That's 3/6 right here. And now I have 4/8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you can see where that ends. Those are equal. Okay, this line represents that they both end at the same spot. They are equivalent fractions. They take up the same amount of space. All right. Now let's go to 2/3 and 3/4. Well, it looks like you just went up one on each. So let's find 2/3, 1/3, 2/3. And now I have 3/4, which is right underneath it. So if I count 3/4 right from here, 1, 2, 3, we'll see that they're not equivalent. 3/4 is clearly larger than 2/3. So I'm going to ask you to redo this math, looking at the fraction strips and seeing what is actually equivalent, looking at what you have. The last one, I'm going to look at 6/8 and 1/5. Okay. So I look at the eighths and I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6/8 ends on this line here. And if I draw a line going straight up, I'll find there's something else that it's equal with, right? Equal to the same amount. 1/5 is this small little box over here. There's no way that that is equivalent to 6/8. So I'm not sure if you listened or watched the video that Mr. Popko did. If you didn't, I'm going to ask you to watch it. And if you did, I'm going to encourage you to watch it again and look at these strips, and please change your answers so they seem to make a little more sense. Okay. If you're not understanding what I'm saying, please send me an email and we can set up a Google Meet to try to go over it. Okay. All right, bye.